Hey, what is up guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to do a more spooky vibe type of video considering it's October and Halloween. I know I said I was going to do an NX video, now called the Nintendo Switch, but I still think I'll do my next video sometime next week on the NX. Anyway, so this video is kind of more personal, but let's be honest, like all of my videos recently have kind of been very opinionated and personal to my life, but yeah, anyways, I'll be doing lots of these type of videos, and so yeah, I'm going to be talking about my biggest fears, and so let's get started. My realistic fears are, well, number one would have to be loneliness. Yes, I know this sort of ties in with my other video where I explain I have like social anxiety and stuff like that, but the two kind of go hand in hand with each other to the point where I have like 5 friends and fear that I'm going to stay the same, and once I go into college and stuff like that, I'm going to have kind of like no one, and I'm going to be kind of like a loner and have no friends for the rest of my life. I know that kind of sounds stupid, but it's definitely something that kind of goes on my mind pretty much daily. And another one, my second one would have to be public speaking. The title pretty much says it all. Public speaking is just anytime I have to like speak in a big group of people, like presentations and stuff like that. I feel like I kind of just want to like die every time I do a presentation. I mean, yes, you could say I'm speaking like in public right now, but technically I'm speaking to myself, home alone with no one else here, just to pass the time and make my life feel like I have more meaning. But yes, I know that kind of got dark really fast, but it's true, to be honest. But my third one would have to be failure or rejection. This is something that pretty much everyone has. I'm worried that I will fail life and not really succeed and kind of end up being like a hobo or something, or more like realistically poor. I really don't want to become poor and kind of just like fail in life and not have a decent paying job. And rejection is kind of just getting rejected by like other people, thinking that I'm a total like loser, which kind of goes in with fear of failing in life. And my fourth one would have to be death. One reason I've been so afraid of death is that I just have a way higher chance of death like than most people. Like literally, I have this fear of that if I fall asleep, I will never wake back up and go into a coma and die. This isn't really irrational, mostly because I have type 1 diabetes. Short story, it's an incurable disease I got when I was 11 years old, which I have to take shots and prick my fingers to get blood and just to pretty much live every day. Yeah, if you don't do those two things, you will probably get like a serious injury or have a shorter lifespan, and either way I'm going to have a shorter lifespan because of my diabetes. And anyways, my point is that death is pretty much around the corner every time I fall asleep. Like if my blood sugar goes low, and if I happen to forget one day, and I could end up going to bed and pretty much never waking back up and dying. But yeah, it's pretty scary stuff. My last one would have to be my type 1 diabetes, which kind of goes on in with my death. I'm kind of just scared that I'm going to live with this sort of curse, kind of an incurable disease for the rest of my life. Because believe me, it's really not fun. There's like few times that I actually feel like normal and kind of used to feel what I used to feel like. Now I'm kind of just like always like shaky or having headaches or something going on with my blood sugar that is, even when it's generally stable. Just simply knowing that I have to live with this for the rest of my life is just, it's really not fun. It's terrible. And now on to like some more irrational fears. I know these aren't really realistic, but you know, so my first one would have to be zombie apocalypse or plague. Yeah, I don't really need to explain this, but you know, getting eaten alive is kind of terrifying. And I think I've pretty much watched way too much Walking Dead and play way too many zombie games. And yeah, also if it was realistic and it did happen, I would probably be the first one to die, because once my insulin goes out, I'm pretty much dead. Because once the insulin factories die out, that's when I pretty much die. So yeah, I'll definitely be like the first one to die. And then next one, yeah, everybody kind of has this one, which would be spiders. Not really much to explain. They're just freaky looking. They're just so like disturbing looking. But I kind of have this point, like if I leave it alone, it won't mess with me. I just, like if it's out of my house, I don't care. But if it's in my room or in my house, it's going down. It's gonna die. Yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm curious to hear what you guys are most afraid of. Leave down a comment and like the video if you want more commentaries, ranty type of videos. Thank you all so much for 137 subscribers, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.
The man in cars, the man in cars, the man in cars, the man